Okay, so we've talked about what you should do if you're considering filing bankruptcy. I'll link that video below. Now we're going to talk about what you should not do. My top tips of what not to do if you are considering filing for bankruptcy. My number one tip, we're going to start with number one. We're not going to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to start with number one. Do not incur more debt if you are considering filing for bankruptcy. Don't do it. I don't care what the internet tells you. I don't care what your friends or family or whoever else thinks that they're an expert on bankruptcy and the system. As a bankruptcy attorney who has helped many people in bankruptcy over the past 13 years, I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. Do not incur more debt if you are considering bankruptcy. If you have called my office or someone else's office for a consultation, do not rack up that credit card. Do not take out a new loan. Do not incur new debt. Any debt that is incurred shortly before filing for bankruptcy, you might not get a discharge on that debt. That creditor could claim that you committed fraud because you incurred that debt and you had no intention to pay it back. You knew you were going to file a bankruptcy. You already had that consultation with your bankruptcy attorney, and yet you incurred debt with no intention to pay it back. So don't do it. That's my first tip. If you take nothing else from this video, please do not incur debt if you're considering bankruptcy. If you know someone who's considering bankruptcy, please send them this video so they can understand my number one tip if you are considering bankruptcy. Tip number 2 of things to not do if you are considering filing for bankruptcy. Do not transfer the title of your home, of your car, or any other assets to a family member or a friend. Just don't do it. Talk to your attorney first. Have your consultation. Most bankruptcy attorneys offer a free consultation. If you are thinking about bankruptcy, if it might be a possibility for you, don't make any transfers. Don't transfer any assets to anyone. Don't have anyone transfer assets to you. Just hold tight. Talk to your attorney, discuss it during your consultation, figure out if you should do it, if you should not do it, if there's any kind of timing issues that you need to discuss with him or her. Have that conversation with your bankruptcy attorney first before engaging in any kind of transfers before filing for bankruptcy. All right, here we go. Tip number 3 of what to not do if you are considering filing for bankruptcy. Do not pay any creditor more than $600 if you are considering filing for bankruptcy. If that debt is unsecured, and when I say unsecured, I mean that it is not tied to a house or a car or any other type of secured debt where the collateral you're looking to keep. So if you're paying your mortgage, paying your car loan, and you want to keep those items, that's fine. But talking about credit cards and unsecured personal loans, do not pay them more than $600 without talking to your bankruptcy attorney first. The reason being that payment that you make to the creditor of over $600 can be unwound by the bankruptcy trustee and just kind of make more hassle for your bankruptcy case than there really needs to be, especially if that debt's going to go away with your bankruptcy anyways. Talk to your attorney before transferring or paying more than $600 to any one creditor. All right, next tip, tip number 4. Immediately stop the cash transfers to friends and family. I can tell you as a bankruptcy attorney, these cash apps have made our lives very difficult as bankruptcy attorneys. So your Zelle, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, I don't care what it is. Stop using them. Stop sending friends and family money. For any financial account that you own, we have to provide statements to the bankruptcy trustee for the time period before we filed the bankruptcy. Depending on where you live, it could be different. Here in Washington, it's for the 30 days prior. And a lot of these cash apps don't issue statements. So we're trying to wrangle transaction histories and screen prints and screenshots, and it's a nightmare. So please just take a break from all the cash app transfers, and paying money to friends and family isn't even a good idea before bankruptcy anyways. So just stop doing that, please, while you are preparing for bankruptcy. Once you've gotten through the bankruptcy and you're done, you can Cash App and Zelle and Venmo to as much as you want. But please help your bankruptcy attorney. I am begging you, as a bankruptcy attorney, please stop with all the cash transfers if you are looking at filing for bankruptcy. All right, you've made it to the end. Number 5 of my top 5 tips of what not to do if you are considering filing for bankruptcy. Do not hide assets. I don't care what you heard and where you heard it. Google, friends, family. Just as a bankruptcy attorney who's been doing this for 13 years and has spent quite a bit of time dealing with cases and cases that have gone wrong because people tried to hide something, they tried to outsmart the system. You're not smarter than the system. Do not hide assets, whether the assets are here in this state, if they're out of state, if they're out of the country. Be honest with your bankruptcy attorney. Your bankruptcy attorney wants to help you. Your bankruptcy attorney wants you to get the discharge. So if there's some kind of asset, or maybe there's a potential claim that you have that you're not sure you'll get anything from it, but you got that postcard in the mail about a class action lawsuit, or there was that car accident, a slip and fall, it doesn't matter. If there's any potential that you might have the right to receive something, whether or not there's been a lawsuit filed, it doesn't matter. No matter what the asset is, talk to your attorney, tell your attorney, let your attorney help you plan for it. As I mentioned in my last video about my top do's, I put this in the don'ts also because it's so important. And I know I didn't make this number 1, but it's just as important as the number 1 tip here. So do not hide assets. Tell your attorney, let your attorney help you, and help you to get a discharge and to have a smooth case. Let me tell you, so many times we're at that bankruptcy court hearing and you hear cases where things are going sideways. You don't want to be that bankruptcy debtor. You don't want that case that is going sideways. Let me tell you, it's not pleasant. You will not enjoy that process. No one enjoys the process regardless, but you want a smooth bankruptcy. You don't want to go down a bumpy road. So if you think you might have some assets, if you're not sure, tell your attorney, discuss it with him or her, and let them help you. So again, I'm Darcel Lobo. Thank you for watching. If you have questions about a bankruptcy, if you need help, and if you're in Washington State, because I'm only licensed in Washington State, give us a call at 206-408-8158, or visit us online at dallawfirm.com, DALLAWFIRM.com. Thank you.